everyone, welcome to Pulsation Yoga. I'm Susan and this is Sandy, and we're here to bring you a 30-minute level 1 class. So I'm trying to do one that won't need a lot of props. We are going to be on our knees quite a bit though, so Sandy has a blanket here. If you don't have a yoga blanket at home, you can always use a towel or really any kind of blanket. It's not necessary, but it does help your knees if we're going to be on our knees a little bit. Sandy also has 2 blocks here to help out with low lunges if need be. If you have blocks at home, that's great. Otherwise, you can just always try to take your hands down or bring them up to your knees or to your waist if you can't cut them down on the ground. So with that said, we'll get started with a 30-minute class. So we're going to start in a seated position like the way Sandy is right now. And let's just take a moment to come into your center. All right. Take a nice big deep breath in through your nose. And open mouth, let it out. Again, nice big deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale it out. One last time, take a big deep breath in. And open mouth, let it out. Gently open your eyes. Bring focus back into the room. And then inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Get a nice big stretch. We're going to be working a lot of side body here today. Lots of probably phones and computers and book reading happening right now. So we want to reverse all of that and really work these muscles that we're not working on a regular basis. So keep reaching your fingers nice and wide up for the sky. Take another deep breath in here and then exhale, bring your hands down to your heart center. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale down to heart center. One more time, inhale all the way up. And bring your hands down to heart center. We're going to work on our shoulders a little bit now. So Sandy, bring your arms straight out in front of you, palms facing down towards the earth. So we're going to call this zombie arms. Keep reaching your fingers back and plug your shoulder blades down into your back. Take another breath in here, and then on your exhale, roll your arms back, bring your elbows towards that wall behind you. Yeah. And then turn your thumbs so they're facing up towards the sky. And then press your thumbs back towards the wall behind you, leaving your elbows right where they are. All right, let's try it again. Let's inhale out into that zombie. Exhale, row it back towards the wall behind you. Inhale, rotate your thumbs up towards the sky, and then exhale, press them back behind you. One more time, take your arms out in front, pull them back, rotate up towards the sky, and then press it back. Great, go ahead, release your hands down, and then let's come around into a neutral tabletop position. So in your tabletop position, you want your hands your shoulders in line over your wrists, your knees in line over your hips in line over your knees, and then a nice straight back. Take the crown of your head towards the wall in front of you, take your sit bones back behind you, and we're going to do a couple rounds of cat-cow here. So inhale, drop your belly towards the earth, look up, get a nice big curve. Good. Exhale, take it up into a cat pose, rounding your belly button up into your spine. Inhale, come back down through your cat or cow pose. Exhale, press the earth away, come back into cat. One more time, inhaling down. And exhale, pressing it up, rounding your back. And then come on back into a neutral tabletop position. All right, let's curl your toes under and send your hips up. Come into your first downward facing dog. And take a couple moments here. Pedal out your dog, bending one knee, straightening the other, getting nice movement here, starting to warm up our body. And come into a neutral dog. Be sure you're pressing down through your finger pads and your knuckles, taking the pressure off of your wrists here. Inhale your hips up just a little bit higher, and exhale, press your heels down towards the earth. Get a nice big stretch here. Take one more breath in here. And on your exhale, bend your knees, look forward, and come to the top of your mat into a forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway lift, take your hands to your shins, take your sit bones back and apart, crown of the head forward, and exhale, fold it back down. Again, inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Inhale up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, Uttanasana. This time, press firmly through all 4 corners of your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up overhead. Reach it for the sky again. And bring your hands down to your heart center. We're going to do a full sun A here. So Stand nice on both feet. Press firmly through all four corners of your feet. Inhale and reach all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Take it all the way down to the mat. Inhale, come up halfway, lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back, find a plank pose, and take a moment here. In this plank pose, press your heels towards a wall behind you and stretch that crown of your head back towards a wall in front of you. Draw your belly button up and in, and then bend your elbows and slowly lower down through Chaturanga Dandasana, hovering for a moment, and then lowering all the way down. Beautiful. Turn your toes, press all 10 toes firmly into the mat. Press them so hard into the mat that your kneecaps come up a little bit. And then press your earth away, bring your heart forward for Cobra pose. And lower all the way back down to the mat. Keep your legs engaged just like that. Inhale, press up again, Cobra pose. And exhale, back down. One more time, press up, Cobra pose, heart forward, shoulders back, good. And lower all the way down. Go ahead and curl those toes back under and press up, downward facing dog. And again, take a couple moments, take a couple movements. All right, bend your knees, look forward, and at the end of your exhale, come to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, come on up, halfway lift, and exhale, fold it all the way down. Beautiful. Inhale, reach all the way up, reach it for the sky, and bring your hands down to your heart center. Good. Okay. So now we're going to vinyasa back into a downward facing dog. So stand nice and tall on your mat. So if you might be spending a lot of time in line at the grocery store right now, this is our grocery store stance, okay? We don't want to see you in line at the grocery store like this, right? Not like this. We're going to stand nice, right? Press all four corners deeply into the mat, right? Bring your thighs up and back towards the wall behind you. Good. Pull your belly button up and then draw your rib cage down. Take your shoulders out to both sides and then pin those shoulder blades down onto your back. And then inhale and reach it all the way up. Nice, strong, steady hips. Keep them right in line as you exhale, forward fold all the way down. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, find that plank pose. And lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. All the way down to your belly, turn your toes and press up, Cobra pose. And come on back, downward facing dog. Take a couple moments here. All right, bend your knees, come down onto your knees back into tabletop position. We're going to be here for a moment, so if you need a blanket for under your knees for a little extra support, go right ahead. All right, and now come on up onto your knees and bring your hands to your hips. Okay, so we're going to do gate pose here. So take your right foot out to the right side, turn your toes to face forward, and make sure you're in a nice straight line all the way from your hip. That's really good. All right, so if this hip is pulling back just a little bit, so bring that hip forward. There you go. And then inhale, reach all the way up, both hands. Take another breath in here, and on your next exhale, bring your right hand down to your right leg, and then reach your left arm over your ear towards the right side. Good. If that left shoulder popped forward, take it back just a little bit and keep reaching through the fingertips. Good. And then come all the way back up. Keep your foot right where it is and bring your left hand down to the earth onto the left side. Leave your right foot right where it is and then reach that right hip and your right hand all the way up for modified side plank. Good. All right, and then come all the way back up. Reach it for the sky. And let's take that gate pose again. Right hand down to your leg. Left hand reaches over. And back up to center. Beautiful. Bring your hands down to heart center. And then bring your knee back in. All right, we're going to take our left leg out. Do you have enough room there, Sandy? All right. So left foot goes out, facing right towards the wall behind you. Again, nice straight line all the way from... Very good, Sandy. All right. So inhale, reach your arms up. And then on your exhale, left hand comes down that left leg and reach your right arm over. And if your right shoulder popped forward, go ahead and pull that shoulder back and then reach through your fingertips and keep reaching down with your left fingertips. On your next inhale, bring it back up to center, and then bring that right hand down to the earth. Leave your left hand extended and bring that left hip up towards the sky for modified side plank on the other side. Good. Inhale it back up. And let's take that gate pose again. Exhaling the left hand down to the left leg and reaching the right fingertips over. And bring it all the way back up and hands down to your heart center. We'll go ahead and pull that knee in. Go ahead, take your hands down to the mat for that tabletop position and come on up, downward facing dog. Bend your knees and look forward, and on your exhale, come to the top of your mat into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Inhale, let's bring it all the way up, and hands come down to heart center. If you've used a blanket or a towel there for your knees, go ahead and leave it because we're going to be doing a series of low lunges here, so go ahead and leave that blanket right where it is. All right, so let's inhale, reach it all the way up. And exhale, fold it back down into your Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot back, and come on down to your left knee. So your right foot is forward, and then bring your hands up to your hips. Okay, so double check here, make sure that that right knee is right in line over your ankle. You should be able to see your big right toe. And then get your legs really engaged here energetically without moving your feet or your legs. Draw your right heel in towards your left knee. Try to squeeze them together. All right, inhale, reach your arms all the way up. And then take your right hand down to your waist. Left hand comes to your right knee. And then twist your torso to the right. And now extend your arms, reach your right hand behind you, left hand up towards the center of the room. Or towards that wall, I guess. All right, inhale, bring it back to center, reach all the way up. And then frame your foot and raise your back knee. Take a moment here in this runner's lunge. Let's try to press your chest up away from your thigh, and then take the shoulders onto your back and press your left heel back towards that wall behind you. All right, power through your right foot and step forward into your forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands. This time, step your other foot back. See what I did there? All right, right foot comes back. Bring your right knee down to the earth. Inhale, come on up, hands to your hips. Hands to your hips. And take a moment here. Get that knee in line right over your ankle, and then again, squeeze that left heel in towards your right knee, knee towards your heel. Feel all that engagement in your thighs. And now, inhale, reach it all the way up. Spread your fingers wide, take your shoulders down your back. Keeping all that engagement now, take your left hand to your waist, right hand to your left knee, and then turn your torso to the left. All right, extend your arms out, right hand reaches forward, left hand back, open arm twist. And then inhale, bring it back up, reach it for the sky. Frame that foot, raise your back knee, find your runner's lunge on this side, pressing your right heel back. And then power through your left foot and step forward, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, let's come all the way up again. And your hands come down to your heart center. All right, you ready to take it again and add on to it? Let's inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant your hands, step that left foot back. Drop your left knee down to the earth. Sweep your arms all the way up to the sky. Low lunge. Engage your thighs here. Take a nice big deep breath in. And then on your exhale, right hand comes behind you, left hand forward. Open arm twist. Inhale, bring it back to center. All right, we're gonna come up into a high lunge from here. So you have two options. Option one, you can bring your hands down to your thigh and use it as leverage, or simply keep reaching for the sky and raise your back knee. And we'll all meet in a high lunge. If you need a little extra stability, take that left foot over to the left a little bit. All right, in this high lunge, let's do one more twist here. Take a breath in, and again, right arm behind you, left hand comes forward, open arm twist. And And inhale, bring it back to center. Let's spin your back foot flat, and we're going to find a warrior two pose here. You got it? All right. So bend that right knee so it's right over your ankle. Good job. All right. And keep pressing through the outside edge of that back foot and reach for both walls. Beautiful. Flip your right palm and reverse your warrior. Press it towards that wall behind you. And come on back around, warrior two pose. Good. Windmill your hands, frame your foot, step back, take a plank pose. And lower down, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, press up into a cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. All right, bend your knees, look forward, and exhale, come to the top of your mat into a forward fold. Inhale, come on up, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. This time, step your right foot back, drop your right knee down to the earth, and inhale, sweep your arms right up overhead. Take a nice big deep breath in here, and exhale, right hand forward, left hand back, open arm twist. Inhale, bring it back up to center. And again, we're going to find that high lunge here, so either use your thigh as leverage or leave your hands extended as you straighten through your right knee and press up, high lunge. And if you need that extra stability, take your right foot out to the right just a little bit. We're going to do that open arm twist one more time. Take a breath in here. Exhale, right hand forward, left hand back, open arm twist. Keep squeezing in through the legs for stability. Good. And then bring it back to center. Good. Spin your back foot flat. Find a warrior two on the other side. Take a moment here. Get your knee in line right over your ankle. We want to try to press evenly through both feet here, taking all that weight so you're not just bearing all the weight onto your left foot, and reach strongly for both walls. Good. Flip your left palm and press it towards the wall behind you, reverse warrior. And then come on back through, warrior two. Windmill your hands, frame your foot, and find that plank pose, please. And lower down, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, press up into your back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. All right, bend your knees and look forward. And exhale, come to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, let's come all the way up, reach it for the sky. And hands come down to heart center. Beautiful. All right, take a moment here, grab a sip of water if you need it. Move your blanket out of the way so we don't hurt ourselves. We will be back on our knees in a moment, but not yet. All right. So let's take another vinyasa. And anytime when we cue a plank pose, feel free to please just step right back in a downward facing dog if that's what your body is calling for and what your practice is calling for, but we'll all meet there. So when you're ready, inhale, reach your arms up, and exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, either take a plank or a downward facing dog. If you're in plank pose, lower down, chaturanga dandasana. Beautiful. Inhale, press up into your back bend, cobra or up dog, and exhale into your downward facing dog. All right, in this downward facing dog, raise your right toes. Bend your knee, stack your hip, opening up towards the wall behind you. Keep, very good. Pressing down through your left heel. Good. All right, go ahead and straighten through that right leg, and then draw your knee up in towards your nose, and then step it all the way through. Spin your back foot flat and come right up into a warrior two pose. Beautiful. All right, flip your right palm, reverse your warrior, press it back. In this reverse warrior, straighten through your right leg for reverse triangle. Keep reaching through those fingertips towards the wall behind you. Got a good side body stretch here. Keeping that right leg straight, swing your arms back through center, and then reach slightly forward and open up into a triangle pose, Trikonasana. Great, so our goal here is to have that left shoulder stacked right on top of your right. Beautiful. Good job. All right, use your side body, bring yourself back up, bend your knee back into your warrior two. And windmill your hands, frame your foot, and hold that runner's lunge. Okay, two options here. You can either step forward into your forward fold, or if you would like to take a standing split, we raise our left toes up and keep them extended up in the air, trying to square your hips towards the earth. And then lower those toes back down, Uttanasana. All right, let's do the other side. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, either plank or downward facing dog. If you are in plank, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling up into your back bend and exhaling into your downward facing dog. This time we're going to take your left toes up, bend your knees, stack your hips, open it up. Good. Lift up through that right shoulder just a little bit. There you go. And then straighten through. All right, send your knee through, or foot through, I guess. Spin your back foot flat and open up. Warrior two pose. Good. Take a moment here, reach for both walls, and then flip your left palm and reverse that warrior. In this reverse warrior, go ahead and straighten through that left leg for reverse triangle. Beautiful. And then bring your arms back through center. Take a reach up forward and then open up, triangle pose, stacking that right shoulder right on top of your left. Reaching those fingertips up towards the sky. Good. And then bring it back up. Use your side body. Bend through that knee, finding a warrior two just for a moment. And then go ahead and frame your foot and step and hold this runner's lunge. Again, option here is to step forward right into your forward fold, or you can lift your back toes up, finding a standing split for a moment. And lower down, Uttanasana. Inhale up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach all the way up. And hands down to your heart center. We are going to just stand well here, and then inhale, reach it all the way back up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back. Just take a downward facing dog here. And take a moment here in this dog. Okay, walk your feet in just a little closer to your hands for a short dog, so much that your heels can probably come down. All right, and then reach your right hand back towards your left ankle or calf. Go ahead and take that right hand back down, and let's switch it out, this time stretching your left hand back towards your right ankle or calf. And then release that down. And then let's lower your knees down just to come down onto a seat. All right, we are going to do boat pose, my absolute favorite. Sandy's favorite too. I'll do it here with you. All right, so we're going to start off with our knees bent, feet stamped into the ground, and sit up nice and tall. Reach that crown of the head up and take your shoulders back behind you. Go ahead and bring your hands to the outside of your thighs. Take a moment here, and then start to shift your weight back a little bit and bring your toes up off of the earth. Okay, if this is your boat, this is your boat. If you're comfortable here, take your hands from the back of your thighs and reach them forward. And if you are comfortable here, let's straighten through your legs and hold your boat. And then bend your knees and release for a moment. All right, we're going to add to that. Again, if you take this to what level works for you, you add on only if your body says that it's ready to, okay? So take those hands to the back of your thighs again. Sit up nice and tall, shift your weight back, and raise your toes up. If you're comfortable here, reach your hands forward. And if you're comfortable here, straighten out to whatever level is comfortable for you. All right, here we're going to take our hands to our front. And then row your boat, taking it from side to side. If you've been in my class before, you know that I don't count, even though I pretend like I do. So we'll just say that that was enough and bring it back to center. And then come on down. I stopped pretending a long time ago. All right, we're going to do one more round here of boat. So take your hands to the back of your thighs, shift your weight back, and raise those toes up. Reach your hands forward and straighten out to whatever level is comfortable for you. We're going to call this high boat. All right, so take a breath in here and exhale it out. On your next breath in, lower down, hovering your ankles right over, and then try to bring it back up on your exhale and bend your knees. And there we go. Felt good, right? All right, so now we're going to work on side plank. So even though it's called side plank, I like to teach it from downward facing dog because your hips are already right where they need to be.
It was very awkward for me when I first started doing it that way because I was so used to doing it from plank. But over, as my practice has evolved, I really like it a lot better because I find that I put a lot less strain on my body trying to bring my hips up since they're already there. So Sandy, if you wouldn't mind coming into a downward facing dog. Okay, bring your right hand to the center of your mat and then start to shift your weight over onto the knife edge of your right foot. You can bring your left foot forward if you'd like to for a kickstand, or you can stack your feet the way Sandy is and reach that left hand up to the sky and then keep taking that left hip up, up, up. Good. All right, swing that left hand back around, come into your downward facing dog. All right, this time left hand comes to the center and then come to the knife edge of that foot and swing it over. Again, either bring that foot forward for a kickstand, come down to your knee, or stack your feet the way Sandy is and reach it up. Keep taking those hands straight up to bring those hips all the way up to the sky. And then swing it around and come into a child's pose. Give yourself a nice little break. Bring your toes together, knees spread nice and wide. Bringing your hands forward, sinking your hips back down towards your heels. Giving yourself a couple moments here. All right, why don't you come all the way up, find a seated position. And let's let your legs go long on the mat for staff pose. All right, so we're going to extend our legs all the way out in front. Sit in the front of your sit bones. If you need to move the flesh away manually or just kind of scoot a little bit and sit up nice and tall. Flex your feet, so drawing your toes back down towards your knees. Take a breath in here as you bring that crown of the head up. Exhale, roll your shoulders down onto your back. Press your thighs firmly into the mat. Keep all that engagement and inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, reach your hands forward towards your toes, and then let your hands fall wherever they are. With each inhale, continue to reach towards your toes with your head. With each exhale, sink your belly down towards your thighs. And take a couple of breaths here. And then on your next inhale, come on all the way back up. All right, and then let's come on down to our backs. All right, draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug in. And then hold tightly to that right knee. Let your left leg go long on the mat. Keep your left leg engaged, flexing those toes back towards your knee. Take your left hand, wrap it around your right knee. Let your right arm either go long or in a cactus position on the floor, and then twist that right knee over to the left, trying to keep both shoulders pinned down to the earth. If you want to deepen this, you can look over your right hand or just stay right where you are. And then bring it back to center. And pull that left knee in to meet your right. And this time, let your right leg go long as you hold on to that left knee, keeping your right leg engaged again. This time, take your right hand, wrap it around that left knee, let your right arm go long on the mat or in a cactus, and then gently twist it on over to the right side, leaving both shoulders on the mat again. And then bring it back up to center. Bring both knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug in. And then we're going to come into a happy baby pose here. So start to reach your hands on the inside of your legs, wrapping around the outside of your feet. Very good. Flexing your feet so the bottoms of your feet are parallel to the sky. Trying to take your tailbone down towards the earth. Take that curve out of your back. And then gently release your feet, let them go long on the mat, and prepare for your final resting pose of Shavasana. If this isn't comfortable for you, you can take Supta Baddha Konasana. You can always take legs up the wall if that's what you like to do, or even just sit in meditation. Wherever you are, just take a moment here for yourself. Start to come back into your breath. Release any tension you're carrying in your forehead. Unclench your jaw. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. And just relax. Feel free to stay here as long as what suits you in your day and your practice. When you're ready to come out, start to deepen your breath. Make small movements with the fingers and the toes, the wrists and the ankles. And then one last time, reach those arms overhead, feet away from you. Get a nice big stretch in here. And then gently pull your knees into your chest for one last big hug in. And then gently roll to one side using your arm as a pillow. And then gently press the earth away and come up into a seated position, eyes closed, hands to heart center. Thank you so much for doing something good for you, for your body, for your mind, for your soul. I hope you continue to stay in your practice, in your breath. The light and love in me honors the light and love in each of you. Namaste.